One of the best things about Battlefront 2 is all the different blasters that you can use for each of the classes. So today we're going to be ranking all of the blasters for the Assault class. Starting off strong, we have the EL-16 HFE. This blaster has the best range of any of the blasters for the Assault class. You can two-shot pretty much all of the regular infantry with headshots. If you use this blaster, you absolutely know ball, and you probably have somewhat good aim because this is one of those blasters that you need aim to do well with. You can't just spray and pray like with some of the other blasters in Battlefront 2. This blaster is one of the only good things that came out of the sequel movies and is definitely getting a fat S tier. Next up, we have the default blaster. If you use this blaster, you will either just started playing the game, like being lore accurate, or are absolutely lost in the sauce. The default blaster is just objectively worse than all of the other blasters for the Assault class. Not only does it just have worse numbers in general, but you can't even put weapon mods on it. This blaster is getting C tier, because while it is definitely not good, it also isn't bad to the point of being absolutely unusable. The next blaster is going to be the E11D. This blaster actually has the same stats as the default blaster. However, this weapon is saved by the fact that you can put weapon mods on it. While this does make it better than the default blaster, this also means that there's not really anything special about it in terms of stats. This is probably the most mid blaster you could choose, but it's still pretty reliable. It also gets points for being the main weapon of Imperial Death Troopers, B tier. The CR2 was a hard blaster to place. It is very powerful at close range due to its insane rate of fire, but it is pretty much useless at long range. If you try to snipe with it, you will just be tickling the enemy, if you hit them at all. This is because the CR2 has very low accuracy and because the damage drop off is insane at longer ranges. I'm going to have to give this blaster C tier because the whole point of blasters is to attack from range. If you have to have the blaster up the enemy's butt to do any damage, it's probably not very good. As a bonus, I also have to talk about the Vanguard. This thing is broken. It is useless at long range, but does ridiculous damage up close. I have one-tapped Death Troopers with this thing. It also makes you way faster while you have it equipped. This means that even if you don't want to use it in battle, you can still pull it out whenever you want a speed boost. The utility and power of this thing are off the charts. Definitely A tier. Last but definitely not least, we have the A280. This blaster might not seem very good at first, but what the stats don't tell you is that this is a burst weapon. This means that it does 3 times the damage shown here. That also means that this blaster does more damage for each pull of the trigger than the NT242. And it has a higher rate of fire. You can one-shot enemy infantry with a headshot. The one drawback is that it isn't as accurate at really long ranges compared to the NT242. However, that doesn't matter too much because this is the Assault class, not the Specialist class. Not every blaster has to be insane at range. Maybe I judged the CR2 a bit harshly. The A280 is definitely getting S tier. Feel free to yell at me in the comments if you disagree with any of my rankings, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.